That was Black Jesus. Yeah, you don't want that tongue coming out towards you, do you? You couldn't even handle Kobe.
Woo!
Kobe locked your ass up in the All-Star game.
You bitch, your boy, real game official, man. We back, man, with another one, man. We got comedians. They talking about LeBron, man. They talking about LeBron James, man. We finna get into this video, see what they got to say about the debate. You see what I'm saying? It's like Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin was a funny dude, man. If you part of the 90s or the 80s, you know about Eddie Griffin.
You ain't fucking with no Michael Jordan. LeBron James, on the other hand, running around talking about he's the GOAT, knowing you ain't fucking with no Michael Jordan. How about doing like everybody else and pay homage to the GOAT? See, you come off less arrogant and an asshole if you would just say Michael Jordan is a monster, because he was a monster.
Yeah.
That was Black Jesus. Yeah, you don't want that tongue coming out towards you, do you? You couldn't even handle Kobe.
Woo!
Kobe locked your ass up in the All-Star game.
Learn some. What I've been telling y'all, bro. I told y'all last video. I even told y'all on that when I reacted to the top 10 playoff chokes that he ain't want to see Kobe. I've been to, like, everybody knows that, bro. Like, if you really watched the game, bro, and you watched all the great, you know damn well he ain't want to see Kobe, bro. And when he did face him, Kobe was locking that shit down, bro. And I was mad every time in the All-Star game, or whenever they played each other. He was locking that shit up. Kobe was a different animal, man. It just is what it is. A lot of people ain't like him because they thought he was arrogant and cocky, but one thing you can't say about Kobe was he wasn't no dog. You can't say that.
Humility, you big head, egotistical mother.
Yeah, listen, man, I want to comment on a moment that went viral, I guess, between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James at the Laker game, which Stephen A. Smith addressed on First Take, I think this morning, where LeBron James approached him during the game, and you could tell by the facial expressions and the body language that LeBron James wasn't pleased, apparently, about what Stephen A. Smith was saying in regards to Bronny being in the NBA and his performance. And I got to tell you, this is why I have a problem with LeBron. One of the reasons why I have a problem, because LeBron is a hypocrite. And I kind of wish that Stephen A. hadn't backpedaled just because of LeBron confronting him. Because if you remember early in LeBron's career, and I mean early, there was a moment where in a game in Cleveland, I forget who they were playing, and LeBron James got into a skirmish.
I heard about that. I think it was the Celtics.
Underneath the backboard, sitting courtside, near courtside. And his mother jumped into the mix and started, trying to curse the players out and take up for her son. And just to add some real context, one of the first things that Stephen A. Smith said was, LeBron didn't approach me as a basketball player. He approached me as a father, which I could understand. So now let me go back to my point.
But bro, I agree with what he's saying, like the comedian, like as Bron being a hypocrite. Cause bro, you said with your own 2 words, and the whole world know about this. You said 2 to 3 years ago, and Bronny was better than half of the league. He get in a summer league and stink it up, bro. He get in a summer league, bro, in his buns. He playing horrible. He missing all type of shots, all type of threes. Ain't getting no rhythm. Like, he doing good now. Like, it take time to develop. But, bro, you can't sit here and say your son was better than half the league. And when it come time for him to show out, he don't come through. And then you get mad at reporters. You get mad at Stephen A. I'm sure he was mad at Mason. I seen that vid with Mason, and Cameron. Everybody just see through the BS, bro. Like, you can't sit here and say Bronny gonna be a good player, and he stink it up, and then get on in Stephen A. Smith face and press him. You ain't even do that with Kevin Gates. And he was talking about your wife. So it's like, bro, he picking his battles, bro. Like, you can't do stuff like that, bro.
So when LeBron's mother did that, LeBron specifically yelled at his mother, sit your behind down. Because LeBron knew that, hey, I don't need you to save me. You know, I know I'm your son and you're my mother and I'm your child, but I'm a professional basketball player playing a professional sport. And this comes with it. So I don't need my mommy to save me. Well, why is this any different? Stephen A. Smith is a professional commentator commentating on a professional sport. He's doing his job.
So,
but because now it's LeBron's son, he feels the need to come in and save his son the way his mother tried to save her son. You can't have it both ways. His son is a professional basketball player playing a professional sport. He don't need his daddy to jump in and save him. So the same way you told your mother, LeBron, sit your ass down, you know what, LeBron? You need to sit yours down. Stephen A. was doing his job. Nepotism is why your son is in the league. And that's what Stephen A. was pointing out. We know that your son don't deserve that spot, not over somebody who's more qualified, but it is what it is. Because daddy came to the rescue twice.
Check this video out.
And how you feel about him passing up Kareem this year as the all-time leading scorer in the NBA?
Listen, if he sticks around even longer, he'll pass up everything. You know, I love when people try to say, listen, I get it. I'm a LeBron fan. People think I'm not. I am. I recognize his greatness. But he ain't the fuck with MJ. Mm-hmm. And it's like, people like to sit there and go, well, he's past this and this record and this record. Yeah, he's been in the game since high school. No breaks. Like Jordan, 2 years off of baseball. No breaks.
Yeah.
You know, Jordan.
I keep saying that every video, bro. He took breaks, bro. In total, Jordan took off 5 years, bro. Come on, bro. Bron, if he have them, I'm gonna keep saying this every video they talk about it. If he had them full 20 years or the same amount of time Bron got, which is what, 23 this year or 22, ain't nobody beating that man records. He still was going crazy at damn near 40, almost winning the Wizards to the playoffs. The Wizards he joined that had one of the worst records before he joined to the playoffs. He got older at that point. It was a little bit too old, but bro, he still was going ape shit.
And he didn't want to quit the second time around, but the Jerrys broke up the fucking. LeBron has been in it since high school with no breaks. And as long as he continues to stay around, yeah, he gonna pass every fucking. He's been around long enough.
When people do compare the two, right, LeBron and Jordan, they always point out their finals record. They say LeBron was 4-6 in the finals, and Jordan, he was 6-0 in the finals. Do you think that matters when comparing the two?
Yes. Listen. This to me is a testament to this moist era we live in. 4-6 is a losing record. Mm-hmm. What are we celebrating? Mediocrity? Let me ask you a question. What would you rather have? A big dick works sometimes 4-6, or an average works all the time 6-0?
You got a good point.
I'll take the average. That works all the time.
Hello. Mid-'80s to early 90s, Dominique was Atlanta. When he had the flat top perm, he was Atlanta.
The flat top perm.
Flat top perm, baby.
Because he had like an incredible amounts of scoring and so forth. But every time that he would be up to like, whoever got the most, Jordan would always like up him by like a few points.
But pizzazz for pizzazz, dunk for dunk, Dominique was that dude.
What do you think about the
Dominique
whole, the fact that
we're gonna do Dominique too, y'all, later on. We're gonna do Dominique. He was a dog.
Jordan and Pippen just do not get along these days?
It's unfortunate because probably the greatest duo, right up there with Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
You could make that argument.
Yeah.
And it just felt like all of this was because, there's some bitterness on Scotty's part, To you stupid stop making that dumb moot point that, Michael didn't win without Scotty.
LeBron head looked like a banner up top.
Because when
you can see the top of his head when he hoop. He won't let that hair go. He don't want to be one of the bald brothers out here on the street. He ain't trying to be like you, Mark. But he got a little bit of lining in the front.
So
he can get them fibers put in there.
No, he don't even it. He should just go rock a smooth bald head.
Well, when you took that hat off last week, Marcus, out by the media, by a videotape, you could say, yo, I know I'm the best basketball player in the world, but I went to the party. I be dunking on people. I wanted to get dunked in, that's all. I got dunked in. I felt like I'd rather stay with my wife. So even though I did this a couple of times, they didn't hurt me because I'm built for this, but I just wanted to get dunked in one time, that's all.
In the Bible, it says something like he who puts themselves up, will be brought down, something like that. So I think that's what's happening here with these comedians. Okay? Because LeBron always goes around with, his hero, his crown, putting a crown on his head, saying that he's the king and not showing the proper respect to the real GOAT.
And and it plays a part. I'm going to spin off of what he's saying. What the comedian has said, but what both of them saying, though, in general. As a professional athlete, you're not even supposed to speak on that. Like, let the people decide who is the greatest of all time, who the GOAT is. You speaking on people commenting on your game like Stephen A. Like, and then you trying to let people know, oh, I'm the greatest of all time. When I beat the Warriors and came back from 3-1, like, you gotta let people determine that. Like, kings and alphas, the true alphas and shit, and the kings of the jungles, bro, they don't sit here and say that. Other people show that the king, and they, you know what I'm saying, they run stuff. Like, you don't just sit here and say that. Like, that's Brian's problem, bro, because I guess it's the insecurity of knowing, okay, Jordan and Kobe and them was better. So I'm gonna bring up the points. I'm gonna bring up when I came down from 3-1. I'm gonna bring up the longevity. I ain't never quit to go play baseball. Like, no, that makes Jordan argument better. He could take off and three-peat for the second time in a row. Like May said, his dad died or whatever, and he ain't fold. He still won. And he was never down 3-1 in the finals. That makes Jordan argument better. So I don't get what Bron need to just be quiet. When Kobe retired, he wasn't speaking about none of it. Like, come on, bro. Even when he was playing, he wasn't speaking about none of that. Neither was Jordan. You don't hear Bird and them, Magic and them saying that either. Come on. There's a difference between the greats and the people who is really like that. And LeBron, you see the difference, bro. The insecurity is showing, bro. It's showing, bro, throughout all these videos we keep watching.
Michael Jordan. All right, so people, from the 90s who were alive in the 90s and who've seen the GOAT play, all right, get upset about that because they think that the real GOAT deserves the respect. Okay, so they're bringing him down. A lot of LeBron fans think that he receives this hate, unjustly and whatnot. Okay, but I think if he was humble, if he didn't proclaim himself, if he was not a self-proclaimed king, I think that the story would be different. I think that people would put him up higher, respect him more. Okay, and appreciate him for his unique gifts and his unique abilities, his unique records, right? But the fact that he puts himself up there as greater than Michael Jordan, he just opens himself up to attacks. And this is what we see here.
I cannot hear nothing.
Okay, from Eddie Griffin. It's what we see from Eric Spears.
My head said,
Oh, so
the wrong thing.
I don't know. Maybe once LeBron gets out of the game, maybe at that point, he will change. Maybe he'll be humble. Maybe he'll do like he did before when he was younger.
But that makes it worse, though. It took you to retire to stop talking, bro. Stop talking now. You still playing. Try to get more rings. Or try to get a ring with your son. That might make it a little bit better, but bro, You're not moving up that much more, bro, because of what you did as a collective your whole career, bro.
And say like, yeah, Michael Jordan is my idol, you know, he's the best or whatever. But him going around saying that he's the GOAT, saying his son should call him the GOAT, you know, saying that 2016 made him the GOAT, right? It's not a good look. Not a good look, and I believe personally that he's going to continue to be attacked, you know, by various people, podcasters, comedians, regular people, former NBA legends alike.
He want that validation so bad. He been wanting it since he came out of high school. He want that validation. That's what it is, bro. Stay away from people who want validation, bro.
Just because they know it's not true, and he's trying to put it out there as though it's true. So that's about it. So until next.
Shout out to bro again. I go fuck with him, bro. I love his videos as well. But yeah, bro, it's like Bron, like, bro, we gotta just realize as Bron fans, bro, he kind of he's highly delusional, high key, delusional and selfish and arrogant and want the validation, bro. Like, you top 15, arguably top 10, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, bro. It's just, bro, these other players like MJ and Kobe, they just was on that high. It was on a higher gear, bro. There was a gear or two above you, bro. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. You still great. You still one of the best power forwards to do it. Maybe second all time. Maybe might be behind Bird, but bro, you up there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know how many players, you know how many people who couldn't make it to the NBA or they made it, but they couldn't even be an all-star or superstar? Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. But he just want to be the best. This is like, if a person just want to be the best and they want to just blatantly put it in your face and say it out loud, bro, that's going to tell you a lot about that person, bro. And maybe that's why he left Cleveland, bro. And blamed it on his teammates, bro. And didn't want to take accountability, bro. Cause the man's self-centered, bro. The more we keep watching this shit, bro, he arrogant and self-centered, bro. And want validation. And that ain't what the greatest of all time did. MJ did not do that. We don't even hear from MJ. MJ just now, this year, is finna be on TV again. In what, 20 years? We don't hear from that man. He's so low-key and chill. It's a difference. I'm out, though, y'all.